Welcome to a new ASMR story, a story with Julien, the Frenchman. Today we're staying in France, going to Paris. Relax, enjoy yourself. We're going to be looking at a soothing voice, a soothing, interesting, fascinating story. Let's start. There was once a baker named Croissant. Yes, Croissant was his actual name, because his father was a baker before him who loved making croissants more than anything. He would wake up every morning and make a fresh batch of croissants for his customers, who always praised his croissants for being the best in town, the best croissants in Paris. Croissant was very proud of his croissants, and he never got tired of making them. Never. One day, Croissant decided to make a special croissant for himself. He wanted to make the most delicious and perfect croissant ever seen, ever tasted. He used the finest ingredients, the best butter, the most delicate dough. He shaped the croissant with care and precision and baked it in the oven until it was golden and flaky. He took out the croissant and admired it. It looked like a masterpiece. Croissant couldn't wait to taste his croissant. He picked up the croissant and brought it to his mouth. Instead, he didn't feel what he was expecting. He bit into the croissant and closed his eyes. He expected to feel a burst of flavors and texture, but instead he felt nothing. The croissant was bland and dry. Croissant was shocked and disappointed. He tried another bite, but it was the same. The croissant had no taste at all. Croissant couldn't believe it. How could his croissant be so bad? He had followed his recipe exactly. He had used the very finest ingredients. He had done everything right. Why was his croissant so awful? He felt a wave of sadness and anger wash over him. He threw the croissant on the floor and stomped on it. He yelled, "I hate this croissant. I hate all croissants. I never want to see a croissant again." Croissant stormed out of his bakery, leaving behind his ruined croissant and his loyal customers. He wandered around the town, feeling miserable and bitter. He saw croissants everywhere he went, in cafes, the beautiful brasseries of Paris, in shops, in windows, in people's hands. He hated them all. He wanted to destroy them all. He started grabbing croissants from strangers, from Paris tourists, and throwing them away or smashing them. He shouted, "Croissants are terrible. Croissants are evil. Croissants are the worst thing ever." Soon, the town was in total chaos. Croissants were flying everywhere. Croissant was in people's hands, and they were running away from Croissant himself, and Croissant was chasing after them with a mad look in his eyes. No one knew what to do or how to stop him. Then a little girl named Claire approached Croissant. She was holding a small paper bag in her hand. She said to him, "Excuse me, sir, are you Mr. Croissant?" Croissant stopped and looked at her. He said, "Yes, I'm Croissant. What do you want?" Claire said, "I'm Claire. I'm your biggest fan. I love your croissants more than anything." Croissant said, "You love my croissants? How can you love my croissants? They're horrible. They have no taste. They are worthless." Claire said, "No, they're not, sir. They're wonderful. They're delicious. They're precious." Croissant said, "You're lying. You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about." Claire said, "I'm not lying. I'm not crazy. I do know what I'm talking about. Here, let me show you. Claire opened her paper bag and took out a croissant. It was one of croissants that he had made that morning for his customers. Claire said, "This is your croissant that I bought from your bakery today. It's my favorite thing in the world." Croissant said, "That's my croissant? That's impossible. That's not my croissant. That's a fake." Claire said, "No, it's not. It's real. It's yours. Look at it." Croissant looked at the croissant that Claire was holding. It looked like his croissant that he had made that morning for himself, the same shape, the same color, the same size, the same smell. Beautiful croissant. Croissant said, "That's my croissant, but how? How did you get it?" Claire said, "I got it from your bakery. You gave it to me." Croissant said, "I gave it to you when? Why?" Claire said, "You gave it to me when I came to your bakery this morning. You said it was a special croissant that you made for yourself, but you wanted to share it with me. You said it was the most delicious and perfect croissant ever. You said you hoped I would enjoy it as much as you did." Croissant said, "I said that? I don't remember saying that. I don't remember giving you that croissant." "You did. You were kind and generous. You made me very happy. You always have made me happy with your croissants." "I do. I make you happy with my croissants?" "Yes, you do. You make everyone happy with your croissants. You make croissants that are the best in Paris. Everyone loves them. Everyone loves you." Claire smiled and offered the croissant to Croissant. She said, "Here, take this croissant. It's yours. It's the most delicious and perfect croissant ever. It's the best thing ever." Croissant hesitated, but then he took the croissant from Claire. He looked at it and he felt a strange sensation to his chest. He felt a flicker of hope and curiosity. He said, "This is the most delicious and perfect croissant ever." "Yes, it is. Trust me. Try it." Croissant brought the croissant to his mouth. He bit into the croissant and closed his eyes. He felt a burst of flavor and a fantastic texture. The croissant was buttery and flaky. The croissant was sweet and savory. The croissant was moist and crispy. The croissant was amazing. Croissant opened his eyes and looked at Claire. He saw her smiling face, her sparkling eyes, her rosy cheeks. He felt a wave of joy and gratitude wash over him. He said, "This is the most delicious and perfect croissant ever. Indeed, you were right." "Yes, it is. Do you like it?" "I love it. I love croissant. I love croissants. I love making croissants." Croissant heard Claire and thanked her for giving him back his passion. He said, "Thank you for being my friend. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. You make me happy every day. You are my meaning of life. Your love, your passion, your candeur." Claire hugged him back and said the same thing to him. They shared the croissant and smiled. They had found their meaning in life. I hope you enjoyed the story. Stay tuned to the channel. Have a wonderful, relaxing evening, morning, night, moment. Enjoy life. Enjoy its meaning. I'll see you soon.